All right, Shalom. I'll let it start up saying Ka Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Harakak Wadash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, and my elder Heroin as well. Salutations to the occupant and the pushing the truth, the sincerity and truth, and peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm Kanak Sa'an Yashrala from the Lions in the Yashrala camp. And this lesson is on this article that I ran across, and it says, Isaac Newton predicted the end of the world, and now it's almost here, right? So basically, they're saying that through his scientific discoveries and studies, he predicted when the end of the world is going to be. All right. So, you know, the Most High Yahweh didn't even reveal that to his son Yahweh Shai. And if anybody knows, he's the only one that's worthy of knowing. But no man knoweth the hour except for the Father, man. Well, I'm going to get into all that. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and serve his purpose for the hopeful elect, the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, it says, Sir Isaac Newton was probably one of the smartest people to ever have lived. I'm going to just read it straight through, and then we're going to go back through it and pick apart each point, going into some scriptures, all right? Sir Isaac Newton was probably one of the smartest people to have ever lived. He pioneered calculus, laws of motion, and of course laws of gravity. So clearly, the remarkable physicist and mathematician is incredibly credible, which is why it is so scary to think that along with his many groundbreaking discoveries, Newton also predicted the end of the world. Back in 1704, Newton was doing a lot of Bible study as well as reading other religious writings. With the knowledge he has amassed from them, he calculated a specific date that the world would end and be replaced by a kingdom of heaven. The date was year 2060. It was a long way off of Isaac's time, but now it's just 37 years. Earth will turn into a flourishing and everlasting kingdom, he wrote in Old English. So then the times and half of times are 42 months, or 1,260 days, or 3 years and a half, reckoning 12 months to a year and 30 days to a month, as was done in the calendar by the primitive year, and the days of short-lived beasts being put for the years of lived kingdoms from the period of 1,260 days, if dated from the complete conquest of the three kings AC 800 and AC 2060. It makes you nervous. If it makes you nervous, don't worry. Newton added, it may end rather later, but I see no reason for its ending sooner. Regardless of how soon, Newton expects wars, plagues, and catastrophes to cause the world to reset and to start a divine era. The famed physicist isn't alone in his belief of the coming apocalypse either. In his book, Our Final Hour, Sir Martin Rees, one of today's leading scientists, argued that humanity only has a 50-50 chance of making it to the year 2100. All right, so now that's a bunch of bull crap. We're going to pick it apart, start from the first point. It says, Sir Isaac Newton was probably one of the smartest people to have ever lived, all right? And they go on talking about his accomplishments. He pioneered calculus, laws of motion, and, of course, laws of gravity, so clearly that the remarkable physicist and mathematician is incredibly credible, right? So now, dissecting that, the most wisest man to ever live this earth was Solomon, man. And that wisdom was granted unto him by Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. And Yahushai is the reincarnation of Solomon. You know? So that would make Yahushai the wisest man, you know, to ever walk the earth. And proving that, I want to get in 1 Kings chapter 4, verse 29. It says, "And Yahweh gave Solomon wisdom and understanding exceedingly much, and largeness of heart, even as the sand that is on the seashore." All right. And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country and all the wisdom of Egypt. Because, right, that's where you had a lot of the colleges and places of higher learning at in Egypt. All right. And today's America's the modern day Egypt. It says, "For he was wiser than all men, than Ethan, than Ezrahite, than Heman, than Chalcol, than Dodra, the sons of Mohal, and his fame was in all nations round about." Right? So everybody knew how wise Solomon was, man. And that wisdom was granted unto him by Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. It says, "And he spoke thousands of proverbs, and his songs were 1,005. All right. As a matter of fact, he spoke proverbs, right? All right. Let me get this scripture. All right. So what is declared as wisdom? Because the Lord said, Yahweh Shem Yahushai said he's going to put to shame the wisdom of this world. He's going to confound the wisdom of this world. All right. All right. So now this is King David, King's, this is a proverb of Solomon, one of the songs that he wrote, right? It says, "The proverb of Solomon, the son of King David of Israel, son of David, king of Israel." It says, "To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase in learning, and a man of understanding will attain to wise counsel." Right. So now, and Solomon was that wise counsel. And that wise counsel today is the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, which is the spirit of truth. All right. Verse 6 is the point where I wanted to get to. It says, all right, Shlaki, this verse, Proverbs 1 and 6, it says, "To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark saying." That's what wisdom is, to be able to understand that. All right. It says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction." All right. So now, so anybody that's wise in this world, the scripture said, let them be a fool, so they can learn Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. So now the understanding of the dark sayings, meaning the words, the hidden things of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, man. It says riddle. It says chayada. It says a puzzle, hence a trick, a riddle, question, parable, enigmatic saying or question, perplexed saying or question, man. Dark utters, to be guessed. Perplexing questions, difficult, right? So Solomon had the understanding of perplexing questions. He understand the dark sayings, the secrets of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, as well as the men of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. All right. All right. This is Amos 3 and 7. It says, "Surely the Lord will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants." Right. So those secrets that are revealed. All right. All right. Unto the servants, the ones that are bearing the Urim and the Thummim, which Solomon had. All right, and that understanding was given unto him by Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Let me get wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 15. It says, Yahweh hath granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as it meet for the things that are given me, because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom and directeth the wise. Right. He direct the wise that are in the wise in spirit. All right. Not that are wise in this world. So, because there's no glory in wisdom of this world. All right. Let me get Jeremiah 9:23. I think it is. All right. This is Jeremiah 9:23. It says, Thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom. So there's no glory for Sir Isaac Newton in the wisdom that he obtains, because it's worldly wisdom. Neither let the mighty man glory in his might, let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For all these things I delight, saith the Lord. So that's what the Lord delights in, somebody that understands and knows him. So to be able to know him is to be able to know his son and understand his word. All right? But that wasn't given to Sir Isaac Newton. All right? Then that righteous kingdom of heaven that he's speaking about is the kingdom of Yahweh Shai, man. That's being set up right before our eyes. All right? Back to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 15. It says, Yahweh hath granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as it meet for the things that are given me, because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom and directeth the wise. For in his hand are both we and our words, all wisdom also, and knowledge and workmanship. For he have given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements, man. And that was given unto Solomon by Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. All right, verse 18, it says, the beginning, end, and midst of times, the alterations of the term of the sun, and the changing of the seasons, right? It says the circuit of years and the position of stars. So all those things, man, astrology and everything. It says the nature of living creatures, biology, and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of the winds, meteorology, and the reasoning of men, and the diverseness of plants and virtues of root. All such things are either secret or manifest. It says all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know. So Solomon is the only one, and Yahweh Shai is the only one that had ultimate, true, pure wisdom. All right. All right. So going further, and it says in this article, it says back in 1704, Newton was doing a lot of Bible study as well as reading other religious writings. Right. So you're going off with that right there. Because much studying is a weariness of the flesh. Right? The Lord doesn't want us dealing with many books. Let me get Ecclesiastes 12:12. And this was also written by Solomon, if I'm not mistaken. It says, and further, by these, my son, be admonished of making of many books. There is no end, and much studying is weariness of the flesh. So you keep dipping and dabbing with all these other type of things, right? It's weary to the flesh, man. All right. So Solomon stuck to the word of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Him being Yahweh Shai. All right, so from there I want to go get Daniel 12:1, because he goes into the times, and half a times. All right, we're gonna go into that a little bit. And he predicted that was 1,260 days. Real quick, hold on a second. Let me get to Daniel 12. So I get my computer's running slow. Okay. Daniel 12. All right, this is Daniel 12 and 1. So it says, at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for thy children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that is found written in the book. And that book is called the Book of Life. All right? So that great time is the time of Jacob's trouble. Let's get that. Let's get Jeremiah 30 and 7. And it says, alas, for that day is great, so that is none like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right. So he shall be saved out of it. So that's going right into what we just read in Daniel 12 and 1. Michael's going to stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, and that's Jacob's trouble, such as there was never time since there was a nation, even for that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered. Right, it says the same thing in Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. All right, but we shall be saved out of it. All right, Daniel 12 and 2, when it says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall wake, some to everlasting life, and some to everlasting shame and contempt. Right. So at some point, 2/3 of our people in the wicked are going to realize, they're the wicked. They were wicked this whole time. And they're doomed for destruction. So you're going to have the 2/3 that are going to wake up and realize that they were wicked, man. And they said, we have erred from the way of the truth. And then that's what they're going to speak in those days. Verse 3 says, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness shall as the stars forever and ever. Right, because that's what the ones that are found written in the book, right, that wake up to everlasting life, that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be turning many to righteousness. All right, and they're going to be filled with wisdom of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even for the time of the end, and many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Right, knowledge is being increased, right, through time period, knowledge was increased. All right, but the book was sealed up. You got technology, you got the internet, so knowledge is being increased to the max. But the books were sealed up, and the seals were broken by Yahweh Shai. And with him breaking the seals for the prophecies to come to pass and the end times to come, the end times started when he came on the scene. That started the downfall of Esau. But with that being said, with him knowing that, he still doesn't know the exact hour that Yahweh was going to send him down. All right, verse 5, it says, then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood other two, the one on the side of the bank of the river, and the other on the side of the bank of the river, on the other side of the bank of the river. All right. It says, and one said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, how long shall it be to the end of these wonders? Right. And that's two angels talking to Yahushua, man. They don't even know. And they're asking Yahushua, when shall be the end? All right. It says, and I heard the man clothed in linen, which is Yahushua, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his hands, his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever, All right, that was him praying to Yahweh. That was Yahweh Shai praying to Yahweh. That it shall be for a time, and half a times, and when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. Right. So now that goes into that time is a period of time of a series of events that needs to happen, right, for us to get salvation and for this to be over. And part of that is the scattering, right? And it goes into the 350 years of being here on this earth, 3 days and a half, 350 years. All right. Let me get so that was what Yahweh Shai said, right? A time, and half a times. And that goes into the scatter the holy people. All right. We're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And then we're going to be brought back together. But a 70 AD had to happen first for us to get scattered, for us to get exiled out of our land. And then this had to happen in order for us to. This is Revelation 11 and 8. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom in Egypt, where our Lord was crucified. Right, because this is a place where they totally X'd the Lord out and had him, and we crucified, 2/3 of his people crucified him fresh, still indulging in sin. But he's not getting back up there on that cross, man. It says, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their bodies to be put in the graves. Then that's what that's going into in Daniel, all right? Because this is leading into our deliverance and the end of this kingdom, which is set up right now, and the righteous kingdom being placed upon the earth. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets torment them that dwell on the earth. Right. So that's what we're doing, coming in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, tormenting these other nations with his laws, statutes, and commandments and his judgment. All right. And plus, they rejoice over us for us being in that fallen state. Right. So they were sending postcards, sending other slaves as gifts. You know, just rejoicing over the fact that we fell for my stature. Verse 11, it said, but after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Right? And right. So it says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither, and they ascended unto heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. And that's us ascending into the chariots. And that's when all this is done, because that's when the missiles hit, because it's going in 13. And at that same hour was a great earthquake, and that's the missiles hitting. And the 10th part of the city fell, and the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted, and gave glory unto the power of heaven. All right, and that 10th part of the city, meaning like America's cut is separated into 10 FEMA zones, and all 10 parts are going to be destroyed, man. And that 7,000 represent a complete number. So. And the only ones that's going to make it out of here are the elect. And that's it. All right. So now that's going into that Daniel 12 and 7, it says, and I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left unto heaven, and swore by him that liveth. And he was praying to Yahweh. That was Yahweh Shai praying to Yahweh. It says, ever that it shall be for a time, times, and half a times. And when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. Right. So now were scattered, and now the deliverance part is going to happen. But still, nobody knows the exact hour. All right, let me get Matthew chapter 24, verse 36. It says, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. All right. But as the days of Noah were, so shall it be in the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Right? All right. Verse 40, Matthew 24 and 40. Then shall two be in the field, and one shall be taken and the other left. Right. The other one's left for judgment. The one is taken away to salvation. 41, it said, two women shall be grinding at the mill, one shall be taken and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord cometh. Right? Because it says he's going to come as a thief in the night. Right? But upon the elect, it's not gonna creep on us as like a thief in the night, because the elect are gonna remain circumspect. Let me get 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. It says, but of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Like Paul was saying, I ain't got to tell you. We're just supposed to be sober and watch. Because we don't know the exact hour that's coming, but we stay focused on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, so when that hour cometh, we will not be blindsided by it. All right? Verse 2, it says, for ye yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And that's how quickly the destruction is going to come. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to see it coming but the elect. All right? It says, but ye are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. All right? So the Lord has a darkness on those, so they won't even know, have any, they won't even have any idea of when the day is. But the elect has some knowledge of it because of the prophecies. All right. And this is 2 Peter, I'm gonna close it out with this, 3 and 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. All right. Seeing that then all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? So what actions should you be partaking? What type of individual? What should be your day-to-day actions, knowing that all this is going to be dissolved? We always act like it's going to come at the very hour that we take a breath. It could come at any moment. So therefore it won't overtake us like a thief in the night, because we're always being aware and being sober and circumspect, watching and hastening the day of the coming of our Lord Yahushua. So if it wasn't given to Yahushua and his men and his followers and men, women, and children that follow him, it wouldn't be given to Sir Isaac Newton. All right. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying and served its purpose. With that, I'd like to say, Ka Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Harakak Wadash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder Herawan as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and true. And peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Shalom.